So today we are asking the big question, is the lion really the king of the jungle? Let's start with a basic, often overlooked fact. Lions don't live in jungles. Despite the iconic title, lions are actually native to the savanna. Vast grasslands filled with acacia trees, scorching sun, and wide open skies. Their natural habitat is hot, dry, and open, not thick, wet, and dense like an actual jungle. Lions thrive in places where they can see danger coming and use teamwork to hunt in packs across the open plains. You'll find lions across sub-Saharan Africa and in a small protected region of India. But in the tangled vines and leafy shadows of a rainforest, not so much. They're built for endurance, not stealth. So calling them the king of the jungle is like calling a polar bear the ruler of the Sahara. Sounds dramatic, but completely off base. Next up, let's look at their royal resume. You'd think a king would be a tireless leader, hunting, defending, and guiding. But in the lion's case, it's mostly about chilling in the shade while the queens do the work. In a lion pride, it's the lionesses who handle all the heavy lifting. They hunt together in coordinated teams, take care of the cubs, and maintain the social structure of the pride. And the males, they're primarily there to mate and defend the group from rival males. Oh, and even that role is temporary. Most male lions are kicked out of their birth prides as adolescents and must fight to take over another pride later on. And here's the kicker, lions are world-class sleepers. They sleep up to 20 hours a day. That's not royal stamina, that's extreme napping. Imagine a king who snoozes while the queens run the kingdom, hunt the food, and raise the heirs. It's not so much a monarchy as it is an all-female enterprise with a part-time mascot. Now, if we're talking about actual jungle royalty, the true masters of thick, humid forests, these are the real contenders. The tiger, the solitary powerhouse. Tigers are the largest of all the big cats. They are built like bodybuilders with agility to match. They live alone, not in packs, relying on stealth and raw strength to bring down prey many times their size. Tigers are also excellent swimmers, a rarity among big cats, allowing them to dominate territories that others wouldn't even enter, with their iconic stripes providing perfect camouflage in the jungle. The tiger moves like a ghost through the undergrowth. There's no team, no backup, just one apex predator navigating and ruling the forest on its own terms. The leopard, the master of terrain and surprise. Leopards are nature's ninjas, silent, solitary, and brutally efficient. They can adapt to almost any environment, from rainforests to rocky highlands, and they hunt with a strategy that's all about patience and precision. Leopards have powerful limbs that allow them to leap long distances and climb trees while carrying prey much heavier than themselves. Up in the branches, they dine undisturbed, keeping their catch away from hyenas and other scavengers. Their elusive nature makes them hard to spot, but their presence is always felt. If you're in the jungle and feel watched, it's probably a leopard. The jaguar. Found in the rainforests of Central and South America, jaguars have the most powerful bite of any big cat. They can crush turtle shells and skulls, and they frequently hunt in water, a skill lions avoid at all costs. These are the true jungle cats, stealthy, self-reliant, and perfectly adapted to forest life. If there's a throne in the jungle, lions wouldn't even be invited to the court. So if lions don't live in jungles and don't rule their prides, where did this king myth even come from? It all boils down to symbolism, not science. In ancient civilizations like Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Rome, lions represented power, ferocity, and divine authority. Even though many people in medieval Europe had never seen a lion in the wild, they were impressed by travelers' stories and the animal's majestic look. Fast forward to medieval Europe. Lions began appearing on royal crests, coats of arms, and flags. They were seen as noble, brave, and dominant, the ultimate emblem of strength. And once literature, heraldry, and religion picked up the lion as a metaphor for rulership, there was no turning back. Add in fables, moral tales, and centuries later, a singing lion cub named Simba. Boom, the lion was crowned, mythologized, and permanently enthroned. Alright, so what happens when the so-called king is challenged in his own domain? Well, lions are powerful predators, no question, but they're not invincible. In fact, lions frequently get outsmarted, outnumbered, and outmuscled. Elephants, the actual largest land animals on Earth, doesn't fear lions. One annoyed elephant can send a pride running in seconds. Hyenas, often misrepresented as cowardly scavengers, are actually intelligent, social predators who can team up to steal food and challenge lions for territory. They've even been seen chasing lions off a kill. And then there are crocodiles, silent, lurking dangers at watering holes. Lions may be cool cats on land, but the moment they step into croc territory, the power balance shifts. Even inside a pride, dominance is never guaranteed. A coalition of younger males can oust an older male in brutal, take-no-prisoners fashion. So much for an undisputed throne. Now, let's break this debate down into hard data. Side by side, here's how some of the contenders stack up. Lions may be fearsome, but when it comes to stealth, adaptability, and strategic behavior, they fall short. Tigers rule alone, take down massive prey, and thrive in jungles. Leopards are ghosts. You often won't even see one until it's too late. Elephants? They're not even predators, yet their intelligence and social complexity make them dominant forces in the wild. So depending on your definition, whether it's power, brains, stealth, or independence, the lion's reign doesn't look quite so solid. So who really deserves the crown? At the end of the day, every creature rules in its own way. Every creature in nature has its role, its skills, its domain. And while the lion may not rule the jungle, it still commands a place in our stories. A reminder of what nature can be. It represents something timeless. Courage, power, and yes, a little bit of royal swagger. Now you know the truth. The crown was a gift, a legend, and a metaphor. The true kings and queens of the jungle, they've been out there all along, climbing, stalking, swimming, and ruling in silence.